Hey guys, so I'm gonna just record a video in kind of low quality just to get this done and out there because so much is going on right now that I can't put it all in a short. So I'm gonna give you guys an in-depth rundown of everything that I'm working on, everything that's changed, and everything that I have to do in order to reach my end goal, which is building this bear. And so I don't have any professional setup right now going on. And speaking of setup, it's been really hard for me recording lately just because I had this issue with my MacBook, and what I mean by that is I had Final Cut Pro, and then the update with the iPhones prevented Final Cut Pro from using cinematic effect and all this stuff, and I didn't want to upgrade to a brand new Mac because it's really expensive. So I ended up using my Windows computer and then having Adobe Premiere Pro, or the Adobe movie video editor thing. So I have to learn that, and that's a whole learning curve. So when I post this video, this will be my first trial run with Adobe, even though I've been paying for it for several months now. Okay, that's not the point of the video. So, I have the bear disassembled, and also forget my mess. I'm sewing a jacket, so my sewing machine is in my closet, and don't look at my closet. The plans that I have here are, actually, I love my graph notebook. It's helped me gather a lot of my thoughts. So I'm going to show you what I built. So first of all, the eyes. I had to use I did not use Bodmer's. Freaking hold on. Let me put this in there. So crap in a can. What the heck is going on? Okay, so I did not use Bodmer. You can't even see this now. It's going great. Okay, so this is what I mean also. Even when I'm prototyping, like these little wires are so flimsy. Like even if I touch them, you see, they're flickering. I hate them so much. I can't even, so I had to press reset all the time. But this is not the Bodmer Eyes library. I didn't use the Bodmer library because I can't scale the eye. The eye is only like it's a small portion of this screen, and I wanted it to be the entire screen. So this is a library that's just simple sprite with the TFT, ESPI library, still the library, but it's just the script is very simple. It's literally just TFT dot create circle, or dot create sprite, and then create circle. So like, and then I colored it red and had the background white. And so this is my second, or this is plan C. Plan A was the Bodmer Eye library, and plan B is I will show you, hold on, just let me reload this screen. Freaking. Okay, this is another problem I'm running into. See, I have Arduino pulled up, the IDE, and let me just show you guys what happens. Like, don't look at my folders or anything, but when I click X, you see, like I'm literally clicking X, and it is not doing anything, and it shows something's not connected, whatever. None of that should matter. So what I've had to do is hit Control, Alt, Delete, and then I've had to start my task manager. I've had to freaking click on the Arduino IDE and then hit End Task. And then that's a lie because it just closed out, right? So that's one of the things that I'm getting frustrated with, like a lot going on, because it's just weird. If I don't restart my computer every single time, the Arduino just like doesn't close and it just gets stuck.
And that's happened ever since I started. There have been so many glitches with Arduino IDE ever since I got Windows, a Windows computer. I used to have it on my Mac, and I loved it. It was beautiful. It worked flawlessly on my MacBook. I had zero problem. And then they went and updated it to something. Hold on, let me just organize my phone here. They went and, okay, nope, that's not gonna work either. All right, hold on. Okay, so when I had the Arduino on my Mac computer, it was fine. I had no issue. It was only now that I have it on my Windows computer that I'm getting all these issues. The libraries are not downloading to, it's like creating a library folder in a library folder, and then I went and made the main library saving section. You had to go and adjust the URL or the computers. I fixed that. I fixed everything, and it took a lot of fixing. I'm just having struggle with Arduino IDE and glitches with Windows 11 that I didn't have on my Mac. So that's a lot to adjust to. But back to the eyes, right? I have to create my own library using like objects. So I have to make a sprite for the eye, or iris, a sprite for the lines like around the pupil, and then I have to make a sprite for the pupil, and then the light glare. So all of those sprites, and then I have to like make them so that they can move with certain variable inputs. So like they can go up, down, left, right within the, so also I'm making, oh crap, I didn't know that was gonna break. These are microphones, and this is a button. And I already soldered the ESP32 with some terminal. Don't judge my soldering, y'all, because I'm not trying to, I gotta get this done. You know what I mean? So anyways, what I'm trying to do is get the audio input from the microphones to make the eyes move accordingly. So if the, and these will be put in the bear, in like one of them in his head, maybe all three will be like top, left, and right, I don't know, but the goal is the direction of sound the bear will interpret and move its eyes to the sound. And I guess I would code that as like, if sound or input is heard beyond or past this spectrum, turn pupil to the right. You know, and I wrote the pseudocode here, and then turn pupil to the left, but not just the pupil moves, also the light glare and the iris and the lines have to move too. So all of that would have to be like relative to the variable of input coming from the microphone. But also, and that wasn't even the original plan. The original plan was that the bear would talk and stuff, and I can't even get the sound working because that library is broken from the latest ESP32 package update. So back to this thing. Okay, so let me just, so I showed you the eyes, the sprite, the red and black thing. It's not even attractive, but that's where my starting point is. I have to learn how to make all of these using just sprites and TFT lines and dots and all that from scratch. I can't use Bodmer library with the eyes, the animated eyes. I can't use this, which I'm about to show you. I had just PNG or GIFs of different images. I had the, I created in Canva PNGs that I had to then convert to GIFs or GIFs that don't move, because that's a whole thing because of, I had a GIF. Okay, let me just, I can't organize my freaking thoughts, and this is another thing that holds me back from recording, and this is why I struggle. Okay, but I have eyes looking up, eyes looking down, eyes looking left, right, and then some heart eyes and some tech eyes and cute eye and weird stuff, you know, and I created all of that in a GIF, and then I uploaded the GIF to the ESP32, and then it put it on the TFTs, and everything was fine. I rotated the screens as they should. Everything worked beautifully. I even put a delay. The only thing is, I don't know if it's the DMA of the ESP32 that's causing the flickering or the like glitch, but there's like a second, like a 500,
or 600 millisecond delay between the time that the left screen changes the image from the right screen. So in between the screens, as they are freaking changing, like this screen will move last after this one. And I don't know if this is one, or what does it say on the back? One of these is 1 and 2. And I wrote it on, okay, so this is 1, okay, so yeah, this will change first and this will change second. And let me put the GIF files that I created, images of eyes. And the goal with the GIFs was that I was going, hold on, let me just put freaking this, oh, here, I'll put it here. I will put this here, and then you can see it as and see, these wires are so sensitive. If I touch them, I have to hit reset just to get it working right. And see, it's something disconnected. Oh, this is so frustrating. This is another thing that I'm struggling with, you guys. I literally cannot. I just need to solder. If everything was soldered, it'd be fine. It's just, because one of these came off. Oh no, is that my chip select? Oh yeah, that's my chip select. Okay, so wait, it was 19 and what, 21, did I? Okay, this definitely came off 19, yeah. So, I mean, they don't stick on. You see, they're so loose. That's the problem, is these wires are so freaking loose. I don't know how to fix that unless I make them myself or something. But, let me just, oh man, see, now I broke it and everything is just freaking loose. This is frustrating. But y'all, this is what I'm working with. I cannot. It's not even coming on now, great. Okay, so now I have to troubleshoot this. Oh, goodness. And the other thing, I'm gonna just unplug it and plug it back in from here. No, it's not working either. There we go. I literally have to hold down, hold on. I have to hold down the wires like this. And as soon as I let go, watch what happens. You see? See? And then I do it again. Oh wait, now I have to hit reset on my thing. That's what I'm dealing with. And so I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. Right now, I started to like give it some tension in the wire by pulling this thing back, and then, come on, and then like snapping it here or something, like making it go like this, so that way, so at least there's some kind of downward tension against the breadboard's terminals and the wires, so that way the gravity is kind of, I don't know how to explain it, they're like forced down to touch the upper wall of the breadboard, little like terminal square hole things, and they are just ridiculously loose. I don't know if it's the breadboard or these wires, but y'all, I try to get good brands, but I also am focused on, hold on, I'm focused on cheap, you know, so maybe that's my problem, but I definitely can't even get this in the right area now, so I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you that, there we go. All right, we're gonna leave that there because that was like the most frustrating struggle. And I didn't even touch it. I was so about to, and it knew that. It's like doing this on purpose for me, I think. It just really wants to see me get angry. But you know what? I cannot. This is happening. This is so freaking happening right now. I mean, like right now. I am so, I cannot even. There. And then this thing is so sleazy, man. I cannot even with this. Okay, so all of these are good. All these wires, nice and tight. refresh. Reset. There we go. You see how finicky it is? And then even if I move it, dang it. Come on, man. Like, for real. I can't even make this up. So there's that. But that's not the problem. That'll be fixed when I solder it, okay? So this is what this is what's, give me the freaking, I'm gonna upload the code where I made a bunch of GIF images of eyes, and the GIF images are what I'm gonna turn into the sprite algorithm code thing to be manipulated by variables instead of having to refresh to a new GIF over and over. And see, it's still, I didn't even touch it and it's still doing this. It's just the wires are so loose. And I can't fix that because I don't have any other wires. So here is me trying to, hold on. Okay, so this is the code that I'm using for the eyes as it compiles. I basically have the play GIF function is, who did I get this from? I got this from somebody. I can't remember who I got it from. I'll just explain all that later when my final video comes out. Oh yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. I deleted the header file that just had his information, but it was this guy. He made like Star Wars GIFs and other kind of GIFs, and then I had to delete all that, create new header files, and all of these are eyes, and I'll show you the eyes and all the, like, what they should all have in them. Like, these are all the, hold on, let me go to view, extra large. So these are all the eyes that they should have on it, right? I made one that has tears. I had one that I tried to have it move, but then that was a whole thing. Like, I could only get one eye to move. Okay, so we'll just forget about that for a while. Okay, so this is the code where, oh yeah, I did put the tear eyes. So see, it goes, it's just a loop though. That's the problem. So sleepy eye, let me just zoom in on it. Heart eyes, the tech eyes, and then another type of tech eye, and then it's gonna be doing the blink. It's not supposed to be doing sleepy eyes that long. I can easily change that. But again, this is the problem with this code, because I could easily make the code to, and there's nothing wrong with the different colors of the screen. The screens are not different colored. I don't know why the video makes it look like that, but let me just put this here, hold on. Okay. So the reason, I can't use the images code with the things that you just saw, it takes up way too much memory. There's like, in RTOS, okay, I guess it already has RTOS on it, but there's like channels of, like, I guess RAM that it's only using one channel for each picture to load, and I need my stick so I can focus better when I explain this. Come on, stick, where the heck did you go? I freaking hate this. I freaking cannot with this. Whatever. I'm gonna use this as my stick. So, oh, and this is supposed to be the thing that the bear, like, I'm trying to make a skeleton because apparently, like, this fitting into the head part, like, the head part is only this small, right? So I have to figure out how to get the battery supply, which is this. that I pulled from my Tesla Cyber truck and then soldered on this micro USB to the leads so that it can power the ESP32. And I don't know, I want that to go in the base of the bear, but then because I couldn't use the audio feature, I was like, okay, well, I need to substitute that with something else. So I'm using microphones to make the eyes more animated, something like, I don't want to just take away. I want it to replace features that I can't, that I have to take away. So I need a structure though to hold all of this together, otherwise the stuffing won't do it alone. Stuffing alone won't be enough to support the structure, to hold the motor in place, which the motor mount, I tried, so this is going all over the place. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I can't, this is just, I have to get it out there. I'm gonna have to 3D print stuff like this. I think these are like 2mm holes, and I was like, oh, I could just 3D print this instead of buying some like whatever these are, things that came in a robot set or something. Oh, and then, what was I saying? Okay, so when the ESP32 is loading the images, it's loading like, I guess, horizontally each line of the image, and then it carries over to the next screen, but it's only using like one channel of the computer in the ESP32. And it's using DMA. I don't know this stuff. This is where I'm just, a lot of what I'm saying is probably wrong, but I know that when I tried to upload all of these images you see, it would not even go, despite the original guy's code where he had like all these GIFs, and they were like 30 or some, I guess some of them were like 4,000 kilobytes, and you know, around that, and he had multiple on there, and they were just going from screen to screen to screen, and I was like, okay, wow, that was like you know, 20,000 kilobytes that this thing can handle. And it can handle a lot more, because it said there was like only 27% memory was used, so I have like a whole, like, I don't know, a little less than 80 left. That's a pretty good amount. Like 70 is, it wouldn't even, probably just another 30% memory is what I would take from using the sensor data and processing that, if that. So I don't need a whole lot of memory, and I don't want to use a Raspberry Pi. If I use a Raspberry Pi, all of this will work instantly. I don't even have to think about it, but I don't want to use a heavy-duty computer when I can just use this. But I can't figure this out because the RTOS thing, or the way it processes the SPI communication of all of the images being processed and updated, it's not allowing me to have both GIFs. You know, a GIF is a loop of motion of an image, and I can't have two screens using the same GIF in this. I'll show you the code. I might upload the code maybe, and then maybe you guys can help me. But the code part is the hardest part. Honestly, if I could get the images working, I wouldn't have to create a whole eye library, just like Bodmer's animated eyes. I'm gonna have to, basically, I'm upset because I have to create a whole animated eyes library for my project, and I don't want to do that because it takes a lot of time, and I have all these other things that I have to do. So I don't know why I'm holding this and shaking it around. I printed, so I have, this is the motor. I have a freaking motor driver. That's a whole thing. I won't even get into that, but I have that was a thing. I printed out my own. Okay, so the other day, all right, also on the eyes, these are like prototypes. They ended up not working anyways. This is where the motor is supposed to go. Let me just undo this motor for a second. Okay, so this motor, let me just unplug this. This motor is supposed to go in here, because I 3D printed this, and then the hole is not in the right place, so I had to like drill that out in the garage. And then also the thing broke that's supposed to hold the thing, the lid, that broke, so I have to make that stronger and like reinforce it somehow, and all the other things. And so this thing is gonna have to go through the hole. It's gonna be like that. I have to unscrew it. It works, but there's nothing to hold it down now, except maybe I could just use duct tape. But also this was too wide. And I'll go over this in the main video. This is just like a temporary video to like, I don't know. My thoughts are horrible, and I promise you when I upload that final video, it'll be like way more professional and high quality and like all detailed and everything. But I'm just trying to get this out there so you guys know I'm not just doing nothing. I was talking to some really smart people, and they told me, I was like explaining my problem about how the motor will be here in the bear's body, and then how will it move the head, because then the wires going through the head to the base are going to be twisting continuously. And it was like, how can I rig up something to not make the wires get tangled, or just, you know, with wear and tear. Anything that moves the thing is, I'm so sorry, my hair is all over the place. I look so bad right now, but this angle is not my best, but we're gonna just forget about that. Point is, oh, they were like, they told me a through-hole slip ring, and that just like angels from heaven sounded when I heard that, because I actually made my own. I looked it up on Amazon, and it was like way too expensive. I mean, for what it was. Plus, it was too small, and I needed like a big one, like I don't know, this size. This is like hairspray. Sorry, I use hairspray. I'm like 3D printer, and I just made a mess. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I made this. I 3D printed this. Well, since that happened, I might as well just show you. I used foil copper tape inside both parts. The holes here are so that this will go on the top and this will go on the bottom. Or no, this will go on the top. Yeah. This is the top piece and this is the bottom piece. And it'll go like that. And it'll go, the motor will be sewn or connected here because it has, you know, holes to like figure it out like that, whatever. And then it's gonna turn. How will it turn and connect? I'm gonna have to drill like teeny tiny little holes on each channel to solder them. And then these BBs, right? They go and they touch the channels. There's 3. I don't know why I only did 3 instead of like 4, because I need like way more. There's gonna be a whole lot more BBs. I don't know if I should fill the whole circle, like ring up with BBs, or if I should just put like 1 or 2 or 4 or some trivial amount in each one to not, I don't know what the best option is there. But Jesus, I'm a mess right now. I am so unorganized. I just have to like show you guys. I feel like I have to put something up immediately, and this is what happens. I'm not organized, so I'm sorry. Bear with me, okay? Bear with me, get it? Oh, that's so funny. That was probably not funny at all. It's just weird. I'm sorry. Whatever. Okay, this, oh my God, every time I try to get my hair somewhat decent, it's getting worse. So we're just gonna get it out of the way. What was I doing? Oh yeah. And then, so it touches let me just grab this and show you guys. So this, these things are gonna, this would be like the positive and negative to the battery wires that are gonna go up through. I'm gonna have to drill holes. Remember, drilling holes, like 1, 2, 3 holes. I'm gonna be drilling and then connecting a wire to each of the holes and then soldering it ever so lightly to each pad, like 1, 2, 3 pads. So this will be a hole, very tiny, so that the beads or the BBs won't get stuck in them, you know. But even if they did get stuck with the friction, maybe it'll tear the foil if it's, I don't know. It's not a very good design. I should probably just buy one. But anyways, I just wanted to see I could make it, and that was the thing. So that way, oh, and then it was like, how would this sandwich of a contraption stay together? I didn't even think about that. And then, so I asked my neighbor for help, right? And he was like, he showed me that I could just create something to hold it in like this. Like this would be, freaking, where's my pointer? This would be, wait a minute, what is it? Okay, so this would be the
bottom part, this would be the part that I guess connects to the motor, and this here, this dark black part would be the container to hold the top two pieces. So basically it would just be like I would just 3D print another thing to put over on all the sides. I guess I could just slide it in and then leave a hole the width of the shaft thing, and it'll just hold it in together, y'all. I'm not liking this angle, but anyways, I'm not gonna be vain right now, and I don't care if you guys have comments about the way I look. This is not my best angle. So yeah, that's all that I am working with. I have all this struggle, but the hardest part, I swear to freaking gosh, is the code. And the Arduino IDE is not helping at all. Like, it is just so frustrating. And honestly, I paid $100. There's this whole story with my Mac. I downloaded a operating system on it that was Mac OS, but it wasn't the right, it was like too new for what it should, my laptop wasn't able to handle it, and I jailbroke it and installed it anyways, and then just so I can work with Final Cut Pro and edit my videos the way I wanted. And I wanted to reverse that. I tried to reverse that. I deleted the disk image. Don't ask me how I did that. But it happened, and then my neighbor helped me install Linux, and then the Linux Mint Cinnamon didn't work right on it because it didn't even recognize my webcam. And so I was like, you know what, I'm so frustrated. It was the Arduino IDE that sent me over the edge. I just kept having issues with it. It wouldn't close. It wouldn't like do the files the right way, because that's a known issue with Windows 11, and then the file systems, and then it had to have certain things in the headers or whatever. It didn't and also the frustrating thing is I can't edit the files in Arduino because it's their beginner friendly tactic to help beginners, but you know, I'm a seasoned beginner, and that was frustrating. I needed to, now I have to have another IDE just to open up the header files and alter them as I need to, and I think Arduino IDE needs to fix that. So because that is really inconvenient, and you're forcing people to have two IDEs, and Visual Studio Code is the leading competitor to Arduino IDE. So you're like moving us, pushing us, forcing us to get your competitor IDE. So I don't understand that from a business point, but this is a rant now more than an explanation, and I kind of need this, so it feels good to rant. So but back to my MacBook, that Arduino stuff is what pushed me to take my laptop to Best Buy. I love their Geek Squad. I could totally have installed the Mac OS that I needed on it myself, but because I deleted the disk image, it wasn't even recognizing where to install the operating system, and I could have booted from a hard drive or an external thumb drive or something, the way I did when I installed the wrong operating system on it, not the Linux, but the other Mac, the Ventura. You're not supposed to have Ventura on a mid-2015 model. Anyways, the long geeky stuff. The thing is, I paid $100 and something for Best Buy to put my original Mac operating system on my laptop so that I can get Arduino IDE on it and use it, because I don't like Windows. Okay, rant over. I don't like Windows. I don't like Windows. I don't like Windows. I am a Mac operating system fan for life, so I know a lot of people are going to cringe and probably vomit when they hear that. And this has nothing to do with Techno-Teddy. I need you guys to know that I am very frustrated for a lot of reasons. It's just a lot of this project is way more challenging than I anticipated, and I need help. Like, I cannot write this code and focus on the mechanics at the same time. It's just, and then the electronics, oh my God, if I told you guys what I did, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake, and with power distribution, and I will never make that mistake again, that's for sure. But yeah, I made a huge mistake with power distribution. I didn't know electrical engineering, the dynamics of grounding everything. And so, yeah. But anyways, the mistake is fixed and corrected, and will never be forgotten. And I can't wait. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is putting these freaking TFT displays on a permanently soldered board so that I don't have to deal with the cables breaking over and over. Like, they're so flimsy and floppy, these guys, you know. And I didn't know I could make my own cables until the other week. It's just amazing, but I'm learning a lot. It's a project. It is a project. This is no small thing. I thought it was like, oh, I'll just like plug a few things, connect them, and like permanently fix them to a structure and 3D print the structure, throw a battery supply in, and voila. No, sir, no ma'am. That is not the case here. This is a full out, like, thing. This is rough, man. It's like building a toy. You go to the store and you get like one of those robotic toy things. Yeah, this is like that. And also, I have a PWM driver. It's a PCA 16 channel, like, wait a minute, PCA 9685, yeah, 16 channel power width module driver. And that was a whole learning curve because I had to figure out how to code them, and I didn't know that this motor is totally different from this little micro motor. Okay, so the reason I need two different motors is because this one's going to be powering the head, right? The head is going to be like heavier, right? And then I was like, okay, well, since I had to take away the audio feature, I was like, okay, well, I could just replace and still make the bear cool by having its arms move. And so that is what these little things I'm going to use, maybe another one. Yeah, so two for the arms, and then this will be its head. So its head will spin, right? And then its eyes will move based off of where the sound is. And then also you can press its arm or its paw and change the color of its eyes to like blue or green, or like heart eyes or something technical, whatever. And then this will move its arms just up and down just to have it. I mean, at this point, I want to get it done. So it's pretty intense. And I'd say I spent way more time messing with the code than I did anything. So just the code was the hardest part of all of this, because honestly, I spent 3 days trying to analyze Bodmer's animated eyes code, trying to find a variable to create or pull from all of the functions to manipulate the pupil that's already being manipulated by the functions that it's built with, you know. So I was like, oh, I could just tap into that function, pull the variable of pupil, and then adjust it for like, oh, height, or, I mean, you can change the pupil's width and height. I found that out, but you cannot adjust the overall scale of the eye, and that's a known issue. I'm following that trail or path on GitHub. Really frustrating, because if I could just use, anyways, I don't want to use that eye because I want a character. You know, the things that I spent so long, I spent a lot of time creating the GIFs in Canva for the eyes too, and then transferring the PNGs to, or converting the PNGs to a GIF. And not all GIF file converters work the same, because I noticed when I was converting the GIFs to a header file, which means you have to put it in universal integer 8_t, you know, it has to be in prog mem header thing. And so it was like,
you had to convert a file into a much larger file and then make sure the names, so I had a glitch, it was like a glitch in the program, it was a Python program you had to run through the terminal and convert these images to header files, and then even though I did everything correctly, the name wasn't changing correctly, and I don't know if that's because maybe I put a space or something where I wasn't supposed to in the command line. There's no graphic user, there's no GUI, you have to use the command line. So it was just like a bunch of stuff, and I had to figure all this out, and it is so much, you guys, it is so much. And I'm just so sorry, because I am very upset if I don't go through with my commitments. But this is one that this Techno-Teddy was a concept I've had for 2 years, and I haven't been able to really get started on it until recently. And then when I have started on it, it takes so much time, and I've run into so many issues. And you guys, I could just easily throw a Raspberry Pi, I have it right there, into it and like connect everything through the Raspberry Pi, but I'm like, I don't want to use that if I'm teaching the world. I don't know, I don't mind making these sacrifices and learning, because it helps me learn. I'm gonna be able to apply the things I learned to everything else now and make other cool things with it. But I want to use cheap stuff, so that way if anyone wants to duplicate this or make their own version, they can do that. And I'm trying to make a video, and this is not the Techno-Teddy final video. I'm gonna make a whole like hour-long video on the entire process. I am very rigorously detail-oriented in my documentary process as I go through everything, and I make sure those videos are high quality. But again, I now have to learn Adobe Adobe freaking Premiere Pro or something, whatever the video editing software is. I have to use that. I have to learn that and then figure that out. So that's a whole learning curve too. It's going to set me back like at least a week. So there's all my stuff. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover and rant about. And if you guys signed off or whatever at this point, then sorry I bored you. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and just stay tuned and pray for me, dude, because this is a lot. And yeah, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get it done. I get it done no matter what, whatever it takes, I will get it done. So thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate all of your support. For those who donated, thank you so much. I was able to buy a lot of new boards and technical stuff with that, and I will show all of you guys that, because some of which I'm incorporating, a lot of it I'm incorporating in this project. Okay, anyways, okay, bye guys, bye.